To ensure the mechanical integrity of light poles, it is essential to contact a certified lighting inspector or engineer. They will perform a thorough visual inspection, carefully measure the pole's diameter and thickness, and conduct non-destructive testing such as ultrasonic or eddy current testing to accurately assess the pole's structural integrity. Following the inspection, a comprehensive certification report will be provided detailing the results and confirming the pole's fitness for its intended use. For fall arrest and prevention during pole climbing, always use a full body harness and lanyard. Connect your lanyard securely to the 3/8 cable that runs along the pole. Utilize a self-retracting lifeline or an SRL or a positioning lanyard equipped with a rope grab for effective fall arrest. Consider using a pole strap as it provides additional stability and helps prevent side falls. A climbing belt is also recommended, distributing weight evenly and allowing for more comfortable and extended climbing sessions. Relevant regulations and guidelines include ANSI/ASA 10.47-2021, which covers the climbing and trimming of trees and other vegetation. This standard specifies safety requirements for tree and pole climbers, including necessary training, appropriate equipment, and comprehensive rescue procedures. Additionally, ANSI/EIA-346-1 from the Electrical and Electronic Industries Alliance provides industry standards for lighting pole design, proper installation, and ongoing maintenance. It is important to also be aware of any employer-specific policies, as your employer may have additional policies and requirements for pole climbing activities. Here are some additional tips to keep in mind. Firstly, train with a qualified instructor before attempting to climb any poles. Secondly, always ensure that a helper is present for safety, to provide backup, and to facilitate clear communication. Thirdly, use a pole rescue system such as rope climbers or a lowering device in case of any emergencies. Fourthly, inspect your equipment regularly and have it certified by a qualified vendor to ensure it is in proper working condition. Fifthly, be aware of weather conditions and plan your climbing activities accordingly to avoid hazardous situations. Non-destructive testing methods are employed to evaluate the integrity of light poles without causing damage. Ultrasonic testing involves transmitting high-frequency sound waves through the material and analyzing their reflected waves to detect internal flaws or variations in thickness. Eddy current testing uses electromagnetic induction to identify surface and subsurface defects. These methods are crucial for identifying potential weaknesses or corrosion that could compromise the pole's structural integrity. A certification report typically includes information such as the date of inspection, the inspector's credentials, a detailed description of the inspection process, the results of all tests performed, and an overall assessment of the pole's condition. It may also include recommendations for repairs or maintenance to ensure the pole remains safe and functional. When selecting a full body harness and lanyard, ensure they meet relevant safety standards such as ANSI 359.1 or equivalent. The harness should fit snugly and comfortably, and the lanyard should be of appropriate length for the task. Regularly inspect the harness and lanyard for any signs of wear, damage, or deterioration, and replace them if necessary. Self-retracting lifelines and positioning lanyards with rope grabs provide different levels of fall protection. An SRL allows for greater freedom of movement while providing immediate fall arrest in the event of a slip or fall. A positioning lanyard with a rope grab allows the climber to adjust their position while maintaining continuous fall protection. Choose the appropriate type of lanyard based on the specific task and work environment. Pole straps and climbing belts are designed to enhance stability and comfort during pole climbing. A pole strap wraps around the pole and provides a secure anchor point for the climber. A climbing belt distributes weight evenly and provides support for the lower back. Ensure that these devices are properly adjusted and maintained to maximize their effectiveness. ANSI/ASA 10.47-2021 provides comprehensive guidance on safe work practices for tree and pole climbing. It covers topics such as hazard assessment, job planning, equipment selection, climbing techniques, and emergency procedures. Adhering to the requirements of this standard can help prevent accidents and injuries. ANSI/EIA-346-1 establishes standards for lighting pole design, installation, and maintenance. It covers topics such as structural requirements, electrical safety, and corrosion protection. Following these standards can help ensure the long-term reliability and safety of lighting poles. In addition to industry standards, your employer may have specific policies and procedures for pole climbing. These policies may address topics such as training requirements, personal protective equipment, and emergency response. Familiarize yourself with your employer's policies and follow them at all times. Qualified instructors can provide training on proper climbing techniques, equipment usage, and emergency procedures. Training should include both classroom instruction and hands-on practice. Completing a recognized training program can help you develop the skills and knowledge necessary to climb safely. A helper can provide assistance with tasks such as raising and lowering equipment, spotting hazards, and communicating with ground personnel. The helper should be trained in pole rescue techniques and be prepared to assist in the event of an emergency. Pole rescue systems are designed to quickly and safely lower a climber to the ground in the event of an injury or illness. These systems typically include ropes, pulleys, and other specialized equipment. Practice using the pole rescue system regularly so that you are prepared to use it in an emergency. Regular inspection of climbing equipment is essential to ensure that it is in safe working condition. Inspect harnesses, lanyards, ropes, and other equipment for any signs of wear, damage, or deterioration. Replace any equipment that is damaged or worn. Weather conditions can significantly impact the safety of pole climbing activities. Avoid climbing in high winds, heavy rain, or extreme temperatures. Be aware of the potential for lightning strikes and take appropriate precautions. Conducting a thorough hazard assessment before each climbing activity is essential. Identify potential hazards such as overhead power lines, traffic, and unstable poles. Develop a plan to mitigate these hazards. Effective communication is critical for safe pole climbing. Use hand signals or radios to communicate with ground personnel. Ensure that everyone understands the communication protocols. Maintaining 3 points of contact at all times is a fundamental principle of safe climbing. This means that you should always have 2 hands and 1 foot, or 2 feet and 1 hand in contact with the pole. Use appropriate climbing techniques to maintain balance and control. Avoid making sudden movements or overreaching. Use proper body positioning to reduce strain and fatigue. Take frequent breaks to rest and rehydrate. Be aware of the signs and symptoms of heat stress and take steps to prevent it. Report any unsafe conditions or near misses to your supervisor. Learn from your mistakes and strive to improve your safety practices. Remember that safety is everyone's responsibility. By following these guidelines, you can help ensure that pole climbing activities are conducted safely and efficiently. The structural integrity of light poles is affected by various factors, including the materials used in construction, the design of the pole, and the environmental conditions to which it is exposed. Over time, poles can deteriorate due to corrosion, fatigue, and physical damage. Regular inspections and maintenance are essential to identify and address these issues before they lead to structural failure. Corrosion is a common problem for light poles, especially in coastal areas or industrial environments. Saltwater and pollutants can accelerate the corrosion process, weakening the pole and reducing its load carrying capacity. Protective coatings and regular cleaning can help prevent corrosion. Fatigue is another factor that can affect the structural integrity of light poles. Repeated stress from wind, vibrations, and temperature changes can cause cracks to form in the metal. Non-destructive testing methods such as ultrasonic testing can be used to detect these cracks before they become critical. Physical damage from impacts, accidents, or vandalism can also compromise the structural integrity of light poles. Dents, bends, and cracks can weaken the pole and make it more susceptible to failure. Regular inspections can help identify and repair these types of damage. The design of a light pole also plays a significant role in its structural integrity. Factors such as the pole's height, diameter, and wall thickness affect its ability to withstand wind loads and other stresses. Engineering calculations and computer simulations can be used to ensure that the pole is designed to meet the required safety standards. The materials used in the construction of light poles also affect their structural integrity. Steel, aluminum, and concrete are common materials used for light poles. Each material has its own advantages and disadvantages in terms of strength, weight, corrosion resistance, and cost. Regular maintenance is essential to prolong the life of light poles and prevent structural failures. Maintenance activities may include cleaning, painting, tightening bolts, and replacing damaged components. A comprehensive maintenance program should be based on the manufacturer's recommendations and industry best practices. The cost of inspecting and certifying light poles can vary depending on factors such as the pole's height, location, and condition. However, the cost of a thorough inspection is typically much less than the cost of repairing or replacing a damaged pole. Investing in regular inspections and maintenance can help prevent costly failures and ensure the safety of the public. When selecting a company to inspect and certify your light poles, look for a company with experience, qualified personnel, and a good reputation. Ask for references and check their credentials. Make sure the company is familiar with the relevant safety standards and regulations. Climbing light poles can be a hazardous activity, but by following the proper safety procedures, you can minimize the risk of accidents and injuries. Always wear appropriate personal protective equipment, use the correct climbing techniques, and be aware of your surroundings. Remember that safety is everyone's responsibility. The mechanical integrity of light poles is important for various reasons. Firstly, to ensure public safety, as damaged or structurally unsound poles can collapse and cause injuries or fatalities. Secondly, to protect property. Failing poles can damage vehicles, buildings, and other infrastructure. Thirdly, to maintain lighting performance. Damaged poles can cause lights to malfunction or fail, reducing visibility and safety. Fourthly, to comply with regulations. Many jurisdictions have regulations requiring regular inspections and maintenance of light poles. Fifthly, to reduce liability. Property owners can be held liable for damages or injuries caused by failing light poles. The frequency of light pole inspections depends on factors such as the pole's age, location, and condition. In general, poles should be inspected at least every 5 years, and more frequently in areas with harsh environmental conditions or a history of structural problems. Poles that are located near roadways or other high-traffic areas may also require more frequent inspections. After a severe weather event, such as a hurricane or tornado, it is important to inspect all light poles for damage. High winds can cause poles to bend, crack, or even collapse. Debris from the storm can also damage poles and lighting fixtures. If you notice any signs of damage to a light pole, such as cracks, bends, or corrosion, contact a qualified inspector immediately. Do not attempt to climb or repair the pole yourself, as this could be extremely dangerous. The inspection process typically involves a visual examination of the pole, as well as non-destructive testing methods to detect internal flaws. The inspector will also check the pole's foundation and grounding system. A detailed report will be provided, outlining the findings of the inspection and any recommendations for repairs or maintenance. The report should also include a certification that the pole meets the required safety standards. If repairs are needed, it is important to use qualified contractors and follow the manufacturer's recommendations. Improper repairs can weaken the pole and make it more susceptible to failure. Replacement poles should be designed to meet the current safety standards and installed according to the manufacturer's instructions. Proper maintenance of light poles is essential to prolong their life and prevent structural failures. This includes regular cleaning, painting, and tightening of bolts. Any damaged component should be replaced promptly. Keeping the area around the base of the pole clear of vegetation and debris can also help prevent corrosion. Documenting all inspections, repairs, and maintenance activities is important for tracking the pole's condition and ensuring that it is properly maintained. This documentation can also be helpful in the event of a liability claim. The information presented is intended for general guidance only and should not be considered a substitute for professional advice. Always consult with a qualified engineer or inspector for specific recommendations regarding the inspection and maintenance of light poles. Taking the time to properly inspect and maintain your light poles can help ensure their safety and reliability for years to come. This will protect the public, reduce liability, and save money in the long run. Remember to prioritize safety in all aspects of light pole management.